Hey you, the Rocksteady crew, mind what you do, make a break, make a move. I'm Colonel Failure, and you're back in Foundation, and there's our Amazon delivery package coming right now. Obviously we've got Prime, it's turning up relatively quickly. Now, picking up from where we went off last time I had a bit of a splurge on commissioning some new buildings and whatnot, and I suppose they're coming along. Well, they are. There's nothing to suppose there. It just is happening. As you can see, the mansion house is coming along. The chimney's already starting to put out some smoke, despite this all being somewhat ethereal at present. I'm sure that will knit itself together in the fullness of time. We've got our new warehouse on the go. I've told it to stock some fish, given it a fish in nearby, along with a bit of bread and some berries. It has also occurred to me that I'll probably delete this one later on, because I've come up with a notion of putting all of my warehouses in the centre, but have like loads of them, so that everybody goes out to get the stuff, brings it back towards the centre, and then bosh, it's done there, bosh, and so on. Meanwhile, we've got some bulldozing happening over here. We've got a fishing hut that's good to go. The new carpenter is they're banging out some songs, I'm sure, but they're banging out some planks at the same time, which is even better. Still not great in terms of the number of number of logs being delivered to be planked, but you know, it is what it is. They're getting on with it. The village centre I'm largely keeping half an eye on at the moment, despite the fact that it's the village centre is on the periphery of the village. It doesn't have to be logical. Oh, you look unemployed. What do you do? Hello. You're a stonemason. Why are you not? You're on your own free time. Oh yeah, what I like to do is I like to wander to the edge of the village and just kind of hang around. Just gonna have a rare old time. So they're just knocking about on the outskirts. I've instructed the locals that they can build themselves some housing out here, which will mean that I need to build another market. Well, that's not the end of the world, I suppose. Meanwhile, the market construction itself is proving to be more challenging since I gave Johnny Forrester, Johnny Forrester, the opportunity to just go mad with his seed bucket. So he has. We'll expedite this getting completed. I'm expediting one job at a time at the moment, in order to kind of push progress forward in one area. Otherwise, you end up with all manner of bits and pieces just ending up in various different places and no progress happening for any of us, and then we're all sad. So stick around and maybe we'll get something occurring. Anyway, what is true is that the expedite button works. Carla is now on the case, bringing 10 logs to the party, which is nice. Some people have bought a bottle of wine. Carla, bring some logs. That way you can have a log stacking game or any other parlour kind of activity that people care to partake in. I've got plenty of builders, but not a lot of building action going on, and I suspect that is going to be down to a shortage of planks. They're coming, just slowly at the moment. We've also had a few people leave lately, so I'm going to do a quick poke around and make sure that all of the most important places are still fully staffed. Otherwise, well, the wailing and the gnashing of teeth, frankly. Happiness is pretty good, despite the fact that the church is out of commission at the moment. It's going through some refurbishing. You do have the opportunity to turn off incoming peasants if you see fit, and it might be a decent idea for me to do that soonish. 69 villages are lacking church. It's under redevelopment. 2 are lacking housing and water. We want to stick a well out here. Well, yes, a well. Okay. Well, all right. That way they won't lack it. If they've got one already. Well, they can have 2 wells, and then they'll feel very well indeed, won't they? Ha 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 ha. Right, okay, now then. There is now a period of, what? You were going to say introspection, but that seems rather highfalutin for your own channel there, Governor. Meanwhile, the Amazon team have been jolly busy. What have we got going on here? We've got shirts, we've got fish, we've got berries. This is all good. It's nice to actually have a surplus of everything at the moment. That's quite heartening. How are we getting on with the market? 30 of 30. We're just waiting for cloth. That's promising. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's just a case of waiting for a bit, and then we'll get some additional action done. Eventually, I'm going to make Center Parks not be covered in trees, probably. I won't make it a clear cut, but we'll get rid of some of them, and we'll move a foresting area out to one of the surrounding islands. Now that means that lumber is going to have to travel quite a distance to be able to be sawed. I should probably bring these chaps, or there is always Plan B here, which is we turn this whole area into a kind of a foresting reserve. That could work. Meanwhile, no, Sophie's still at work. Well, Soph, look, since I deployed maximum tree cuttage, they're getting ahead of you. They're managing to they're Braziling this thing. But you know what you're doing. You tend to be relatively on the ball when it comes to this kind of behaviour. It's just a case of waiting. Come on. Yeah, and it definitely boils down to the transportation of goods. So maybe if I commission another warehouse. But I do like the idea of having all of my warehouses kind of in a central location. But I want to see what this looks like with the new mansion, which has got none of it done at the moment, and then the fort, of course, which has got the tools but no planks. The church is waiting for everything. Apparently, the splendor of my village has just unlocked some stuff. I don't believe that, even remotely. I mean, let's have a look. What have we got here now? All of that is still all of that. What do we got here? Nothing. And then what do we got here? Nothing new. No. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm likely to go quite hog wild on a bit of fencing in the future. I think I'm going to move this sheep farm, you know, and we'll move the regular farming as well. Yes, I think that's a sound idea. We'll also move this housing out. That won't be popular. No, it won't. But I should never have allowed it in the first place. Stonemasons, they're welcome, because the plan, such as it is that we'll have an awful lot of stuff being created here in the village centre, the city centre, the town centre. It's a centre of something, the universe potentially, and then from there we'll see what we end up with. But we'll figure it out. Oh, look, we got some progress happening. We had some planks for the keep, which is good. The maintenance cost on that is quite egregious, but I'm sure it'll work out for the best. Right, what else have we got occurring? And if we got all the fishing huts up, that'd be good. Because the next big project that I've got is to wall the entire thing up. Oh, crikey, look at the size of that. Yeah. Are we overcompensating for something? Yes, most definitely. What are you overcompensating for? Not saying. Right, the new market is up. If you can find it. Okay, yeah, right. I think we might tell this not to be reforested. If we do, that might work. If we just go, if we decrease the size here and tell this lot not to reforest. You're pushing the wrong button. I know, but it's making quite a pleasing sound. Do that. There you go. That's it. Don't reforest that, and then when that's cut down, we'll actually be able to see the marketplace, which some people may find useful. But other than that, I think it adds to the overall aesthetic really rather splendidly. Right, okay, you there. I'll tell you what. Hang on. Let's close down the existing one, and we'll do that a step at a time. You are market trader, and I don't know which one's which though. How would one know? What do you need? Give me some bread, and I'll give you some more sword points. Yeah, or clergy points. Let's go clergy points. I had a lot of fun redeveloping the church. Stick bread on stockpile for a little bit. It does work. Last episode I was mean about the stockpiling button. It does work. You just have to be patient. Right. Okay. So we'll go. No. You've clicked incorrectly there. If we dump 2 people out of here, got two people. Lewis, have you been dumped, Lewis? See, Lewis has been extricated from the premises. Then that should leave 2 food stalls there, I'm hoping. But meanwhile, we'll deploy them here. There you go. Yeah, and that one. And in slot 2, we will put fish, because that's useful nearby. And then you can have clothes, despite the fact that we've still yet to sell a cloth to anyone. Right. Okay. And then what? Oh, look, we built the top first. Well, that's definitely the order I would have done it in. Yeah, totally. Always build the top first, because it's the trickiest bit to reach. But there you go. We'll be able to stand on the flagpole and lord it over the whole area. Now, I think we've got some peasants here who are sat here doing nothing. So putting them to work might be a viable use of our time. Also, we've now got 3 fishing huts up. Awesome. Right, I'm going to nuke a couple of fishing huts then. Yeah, that one. Yeah, and this one. Right. Oh, there were 15 fish. Never mind. Assign. Yeah, there you go. Get back to work and assign that as well. I'm assuming it's not assigning trained fishing personages to that. That it's just banging any old fall in there. But c'est la vie. Right, now then, let's think about where I want this warehouse complex. Oh, you say complex, it might be quite simplistic. These lot are going like, oh great, now we get to work with this thing looming over our heads all day. On which note, are we full up on stone? Is that why nobody's doing any stonework? I suppose that must be the case. In which case, let's get another stonemason up. There you go. They can. I like to stick them next to each other. That way they can compare notes. Kind of go like, "Oh, how are you getting on with your stonemasoning?" They go, "Oh, tops. I'm doing really well." Yeah, it's going tremendous. Hammer's working better than ever. Oh, really? I prefer to use a chisel. Just a chisel. Yeah, I beat my head against it until the rock breaks. How effective is that then? Moderate. Although my head hurts. That's that conversation there. Right. Let's yeah, see, while you're waiting for stuff to be done, you don't want to plough ahead too much with commissioning more fine works. We still have no bread in stock, I notice. Oi, Windy Mill, are you still... Yes, you are. What about you, Baker? No, you're a tailor. Baker? Good. Do some baking, would you? That'd be quite popular. And I'm just guessing, but I suppose it's because we haven't got enough people transporting the stuff. Is my guess. Oh, we've got a space. There you go. Hire a new person. What about over here? How about you lot? You've got 2. You've got 2. I mean, it doesn't matter where it's stockpiled as long as it's being stockpiled somewhere. You've got 2, and then there's 1 more. Or is there? No, that's it. You've got 4. Yeah, that's the lot. So 1 there, 1 here, 1 there, 1 there. And that's reasonably good distribution, even though I say so myself. But it's just not effective at the moment. Well, I mean, I would assume it's just not effective because I haven't got enough of it. Let's hire another builder. Given that I've got a massive number of building projects on the go right now. There you go. Right. We've got plenty of woodcutters. We've got a bit of weaver. We've got 1 tailor. But despite having one tailor, we've got all the shirts in the known universe. Now then, I will have the opportunity to unlock this trade route when someone figures out how to actually get some bread to stay in stock for a bit. I say when. Presumably I mean it. All my market traders have gone missing. Nice big queue of people kind of going, well, Daphne. Because Daphne's there as well. I failed it. Well, I won't take any more quests on for the time being then. We'll just let the food percolate out to the people for the time being. And happiness is dropping. We've got a food shortage. I can only assume it's a food shortage at the main market rather than at the supplemental market. No, unless you fancy eating a shirt. I don't know, it is high in fibre, I suppose. Alright, okay, now I'm going to set up another food stall up here, and that way I can close down the central market and people can get their goodies from elsewhere. Right, Marquette. There we go. Let's do what we did in the other one, and we'll just put a regular basic kind of food stall in here. Where are you thinking this market's going to exist? Kind of near this bit, I suppose? I mean, you can put it wherever you like, and the paths will relay. I've also experimented previously with kind of turning paths off. Turning paths off? Sort of, yes. And that's resulted in the grass actually growing back again, eventually. Alright, bang it in there. Let's see what we end up with. Just do that for now. And expedite, please. Because that way we can kill off the main market and people won't queue there endlessly waiting for food that's never going to turn up. Oh, people are very unhappy. We're going to get an exodus pretty quickly, I think. Stonemason hut, you lot. Give me a villager on that one. Keep the stone flowing. I don't know how much we need at the moment, but raw stone we've got loads of. So getting some more done is probably going to be a good thing. And we have a third fishing hut. No, you've already done that one. There we go. Going out as a little flotilla. Now then, have they got... see, he got there first and went live. I'm having this location. Yeah, you can forget yourself. Right, Mail 1238 is bringing along some log for the construction of the marketplace up there, which will also make the punters up here a little happier. But, oh, crikey. 57 villagers are currently looking a bit peckish. Alright, well, did I make unemployed the wrong people here? Well, how about you, do this. Assign everyone to the market stalls for the moment, just to keep the spice flowing. And then we'll, oh, knickers. We'll move them in due course when I shut this marketplace down. And I put a modicum of effort into this marketplace. I don't really want to close it down. I mean, look, we got well, get the angle right. There you got signposts. We got look, there's a bench. Right, they've all got tents. That's nice too. We've got some barrels going on. All of that stuff. It's all occurring. I wonder if maybe my expediting of construction is taking transportation workers out of the mix, so they're no longer able to contribute goods towards keeping the markets flowing. Right? Does that make sense to you? Makes sense to me. Certainly can't rule it out. I think I expanded too quickly. Not so much on the big buildings, although I expanded too quickly there. More on the allowing the villagers to go build themselves a house. All right. Well, how many spare builders have I? How many spare people have I got that could be turned into subsequent builders? Now, what's your caper there, dude? You're a trader. You want to buy berries and polished stone and planks. Oh, I bet I still sell planks. Let's put a stop to that. Planks. No, we're buying them in. No, we're not. Oh, okay. Yeah, stop selling planks. We need them. We're going to buy in tools until we hit 10. That's fine. Sell all berries over 25. No. buy until we reach 25. Yes, that's more sensible. We're selling stone over 50, but nobody wants it. We're selling polished stone, which I imagine is helping to contribute towards keeping my bank balance afloat. We're also attempting to sell shirts. I'm going to push that out a little bit further. And there. Right. Good. Oh, you want some food, do you? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. At the moment, so do I. So get knotted. No, I'm keeping it all right now. Ah, market's done. Good. Right. Okay, assign a villager. Good. I don't care what they were doing previously. I'll tell you what. You can sell berries, given that we've got an ample supply just around the corner. Okay, right now with that market now placed, I can murder this one. What have we got in stock? Nothing. Good. Kill it. Hooray! A tier of unlockables is now locked. What are you talking about? I've still got 4 marketplaces. Maybe my marketplaces are simply not glamorous enough. Oh, that would be a shame, wouldn't it? However, whoa, what are you clowns doing knocking about by the well? I did not authorise that. You may have a little drinky, but then go back to work. You don't just get a knock around, you know, willy-nilly having a rare old time. That's not. Oh, there we go. We've got some action here at Robin Hood's marketplace, where there is bread for sale. Not so much fish, though. Ah, yes. So the other place only sells berries. These guys sell bread and fish. Is that a bad thing? Do you need all 3 types of food in order to make people happy with you? Maybe. Although, I mean, look at the level of unhappy is now significant. If I'm not going to lose everybody, I think we're going to need to expedite the church just to get that done quickly. It only needs 12 planks, 62 stone, and some tools. I've got the tools. I've got the stone. I've even got the planks. So there's zero excuse for this not to be done. It's a bit of a pain that when you put something in for an upgrade, it closes it down in the intervening period. Oh, the bridge is done. Oh, that's nice. There's not really enough land over there to do anything with at the moment, but the bridge is done, and that's a good start. Now then, there's my baker. There's the baker. So I wonder if I turn this into a giant field, although it is a little bit hilly. So what about this bit looks a little bit flatter? So I could go housing for one half and then fields for the other half. Yeah, that could work out flipping heck. They really are. They are desperately unhappy. Oh, I'm gonna have some people who are displeased with me pretty soon. You're working. You are working. You are now working. We need the food, folks. So get to work, everybody. Yeah. Everybody works today. All right, that's our golden policy. There is everybody gets to go to work. Right, here we go. Look, we've got we've spurred into life all of our delivery folk. They're bringing it all out. Male 1063 goes, I'm going to bring 2 stone, and that's a lot of work. Female 1063 goes, I'm going to bring 23. How about you put some flipping effort in there, Sunshine? At which point Sunshine just kind of goes, I'm carrying the important stone. Yes, I bet you are. Right, what's your problem? Why are you just milling around there doing nout? I'm working. No, you're not. You're not. Working is what you're not doing. Standing around like a lemon is what you're doing. Standing around, getting paid for just larking around with your little playmates is not conducive to receiving a healthy salary. Just so you know. The bank balance is looking a bit rotten, and that's going to be down to the food shortage that we've got going on at the moment. When you've got no food, you sell nothing to villagers, and therefore you get nothing in exchange. However, good news front, we've actually sold some shirts. That's new. Okay, good. Well, if we start selling shirts to people, then that's a whole new revenue stream there. Right, I'm going to turn off. Where are we? Let's turn the immigration off for a little bit, and see if we can't get this under control, so that we can prosper further in the future. Yeah. Have you actually got any berries to sell there, Gov? You haven't, have you? You're gonna want some, I think. Yeah, I honestly think that having some berries, rather than just standing in your shop going, no, can't do much for you at all. Right, I'm going to queue up. Hold on, maybe I'm not. I don't think I've got the money. Oh, I'm not going to queue up anything. Warehouse needs 50 bucks. Pooh! Ah, right. Well, in which case, I'm going to end the episode. Oh, that's a disappointment. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Right, okay, well, you only need another 20, what's that, 17 planks, and we can build our fort. This will be jolly exciting. I've been Colonel Failure. I'm a grand in debt. Oh, that's a shock. And I've got a bit of starvation problem going on again. The good times have departed the building for the moment, but at present, nobody's left. We now have 0% happiness. Oh, that's shocking. Yeah, it is. Why is that happening? It's got to be because of the building going on. I am not allowed to build anything else until I have built everything that I've got being built. All right. Well, you are in charge, so you get to call those shots. Let's expedite this and get it finished. Expedite, please. And get that finished. We just need 17 more planks. We've got those. That should work. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, I think I've come unstuck because I allowed too many people to build too many buildings all at once. And now I need to get some stuff finished in order to have good times rolling once again. Because it's the transporters who are not moving the food around that is causing the problem. That is my assertion, and I think I'll be able to demonstrate it by going, see, look, he's got 10 fish. That's 2 loads, because they bring back 5 every time. You've got 5. All right, okay, that's, well, you're just less effective, aren't you? You've got 5. But even so, any food that's sat in these is effectively redundant. So yeah, that needs fixing. And if you tune in next time, I'll have shown a little bit of patience. I'll let a few more things get finished, and then next time around, we'll look at building the giant warehouse district facility.com. I've been Colonel Failure. Fling a like at this one if you enjoyed it, and be sure to look at that. That's an arresting shot. That is. If it wasn't for that, there you go. Get rid of it. What? Subscribe. Do it now, lest the evil persist. Cheerio! I'm going to need to exercise a little bit of patience now. I'll roll forwards so that the majority of things are built by the time you turn up. I'm pretty convinced that it's because I'm tying up all of my transporters doing stuff for building of houses. That's houses there. Right, and that's the reason why my economy's kind of ground to a halt there for a little bit. I'm producing enough stuff, it's just not getting to where it needs to be. So if I hang on for a little bit, it should sort itself back out again. That's my hope, anyway. Anyway, more of this is coming along. Let me know what you think of the series so far in the comments below. Receiving your comments certainly makes my day all the more sunshine and flowers. So put your wisdom on the comments section, and I'll be sure to to read it.